So, what should you write on the homepage of your home service or local business website to get Google to trust you? Which, of course, means it's going to rank you up higher on the search results. Well, what you really should be thinking about is what should you write on your homepage to make your customers trust you? What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Get Busy LLC, helping local businesses, contractors, home service business providers use the internet to help them get more leads for their business. In this video, I want to talk about what to write on the homepage of your website in order to get Google to trust your business and rank you up higher on the search results. And what I like to explain to clients and people that I help with their websites and all their stuff online, every time I tell them to do anything on their websites, anything that they do, in my opinion, everything should be targeted for a human being. Do everything on your website, do everything on your business profile, everything you do online is designed for a human being so that it makes it crystal clear to the human being, to the customer, your customer base, exactly what you do and where you provide that service in. And what you write on your website should gain the trust of your clientele because in reality, that is what Google's algorithm is actually looking for. I see so many people try to game the system. They think if I stuff in this specific keyword here, embed a map here, if I do this there, if I do all of these things, I'm going to try to manipulate Google and trick Google into placing my business up higher on the search results when people look up my services. And I got to be honest, even when I started, this is exactly what I was taught is go out there and put in 1,500 words, 2,000 words of content on your website talking about the service that you're providing. And in my mind, I'm like, how in the hell am I supposed to write 2,000 words of something about like tree services or carpet cleaning or something as boring as concrete? How the hell am I supposed to come up with that many words? So over the years, I've started to figure out ways and methods to cut up some of the content, but more specifically, write the content and structure it in a way where I gain a customer's trust, where they when they go on the website and they scroll through it, it's engaging. They're getting exactly what they were kind of looking for online in the first place. So whatever service that you're in, whatever business that you're in, always place yourself in your customer's shoes. What exactly would they be looking for when they went online, pulled up Google and looked for that specific service? What's exactly in their mind? What is their thought process? What exactly do you think they would be typing into the search results of Google? And what do you think is going to make them happy or take action when they land on your website, on the homepage of your website? That's the way that you should be thinking about things when you're thinking about gaining Google's trust. Basically just take out Google, the word Google, and put in your customer, people. So if you think about it, if I add this picture here, if I add this picture here, and add this picture here, will my customer like that? If I write this on my website, will my customer like that? Should I display all the services I provide in my industry on my homepage? Don't think, is Google going to like that? Think about it. Will your customer like that? So let me show you an example and explain this a little bit clearer with an example of someone I just started with their paving company's website, the paving company's Google business profile, show you how I structured their homepage, and I structured it in a way where I placed myself in the customer's shoes. Just finished the website maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago for the date from this video here I'm making right now. And as you can see here in the Google business profile, their map listing was just created maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago as well. And you can see we're already starting to make a little bit of progress. We're starting to make a little bit of noise online. But the goal is to cover this whole thing as much as we can in this local area where he's providing his services. So let me show you the website and exactly how I structured it. So before I begin any website, when somebody hires me out to build out their website for them, very first thing I think about is their customer. Exactly what is the mindset of that potential customer when they're looking for that particular service. So in the case of asphalt paving, I've built quite a few of these. I already have an idea of what their customers are kind of basically looking for, what they type into Google and things like that. So I picture myself in my mind. I think about a customer who's looking at their driveway in a rural area, and they're looking at it and it looks like hell, and they know they need somebody to come out there and give them a quote, give them an estimate of what it's going to take to get this thing fixed up. I also think about someone that owns like retail commercial buildings, and they have their parking lot, and they keep looking at it, and they know in the back of their mind that they got to tend to it, get this thing fixed up. I also think about somebody owns maybe an apartment complex, They're looking at their blacktop asphalt. They're getting complaints from their tenants. I also think about homeowner association people, things like that. Now they're looking at the neighborhood and some of the roads in their neighborhood, what they might be thinking about, things like that. I've tried to place myself in those types of people's shoes. And then, of course, I think about them in the location that they're in. So when I build out a website, I try to be the knight in shining armor for the question that it might be asking. So all of these clients, all these customers, very first thing they're going to be looking for if they live in the Denver area location, they're going to be typing in things like asphalt paving company near me, paving company near me, asphalt paving contractor Denver, Denver asphalt paving companies, things like that. So again, I'm thinking about those customers. I'm not thinking about Google, I'm thinking about those customers. So when I build out the website, everything's SEO optimized for that specific type of search. So let's say I'm one of those customers and I'm like, damn, my parking lot looks like hell. So I go and type in on Google paving company near me here or paving company in Denver, and they land on this website and it says asphalt paving in Denver, northern Colorado. And I see the visuals in the background and I go, oh, yeah, that's right. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Get a professional asphalt paving done in Denver from a team with decades of experience, fast, friendly, high quality services from local crew you can trust. You know what? That's exactly what I'm looking for. I don't know any paving contractors, so let me keep scrolling, right? Decades of local experience, honest, down to earth crew, top materials, latest methods. Uh, Looking for an experienced or friendly Denver asphalt paving company? Well, as a matter of fact, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. Do you need asphalt repairs but aren't sure who to trust in your area? You're right, I don't. Let's see. Is your seal coating peeling or no longer protecting your asphalt? Have you been putting off repairs and now it's getting worse every week? Yes, you know what? As a matter of fact, yes, have an apartment complex and yes, my thing's getting worse every week. Well, we're Blacktop Plus. We provide asphalt paving in Denver from repairs. Okay, that's great. Customer service focused. Okay. Easy to work with. Yes, I do want to work with some contractors, easy to work with on time and every time. That's true. You know, I do want somebody to I want to make sure the project's done in a decent amount of time. So, but I'm curious, do these guys, I mean, do they work on parking lots? Or let's say I'm a homeowner and I have a rural, like a long driveway. I'm asking, oh, I wonder if they do any of these stuffs, right? And it goes, oh, they do all kinds of projects. Looks like, oh, they do driveways, parking lots. Hey, that's exactly what I was looking for. Construction, they seal coat, they do repairs, and oh, look at that, they even paint the parking lines of the parking lot. Looks like they do it all. That's pretty cool. And what makes them different? Oh, they tell me what makes them different from the rest, because I'm probably going to find other paving contractors. I like to know more about what separates them from everybody else. So now, again, I'm as a customer. So now if I need to go, if I get in contact with them, I wonder what's going to happen. Getting started with us and our paving service is easier than you think. No confusion. Oh, okay. So we reach out to us, lock in some details. Okay, I see their process. I wonder if they're any good. Well, look at that. Looks like they got a shitload of reviews. They're doing pretty good. Let me read some of these. Right on. I can even load up more. Right on. Okay, you know what? I think I want to reach out to them. Maybe I fill out the email form, or maybe I just call them. Are they here in my area? Yeah, they are. They're right here in my area. These are hours of operation. There's their stuff. They got some social media here. Oh, looks like this is a location. They're right here in Denver. Fantastic. But do you see how I did that? And I'm able to write all this stuff. Like I said, I've used this method so many times in so many different industries, and I've seen websites just climb to the top just because, of course, you got to do other things too, like the backlinking, the citations, the Google Business Profile, things like this is part of just the equation of everything. But writing the good content on their homepage that answers all your customers' questions is a great way. And I really, really strongly believe that Google measures, I don't know how the hell they do it. They measure dwell time. And in some cases, so let's say I'm the customer, I get on here and I decide to go ahead and fill out this email form, get a free estimate, and then close off the session. I'm done. I close Google. I go on my way. I strongly believe there's a signal that Google takes into account that lets the algorithm know that I typed in paving company near me or in Denver, filled out this email form, closed off the session, and I'm done. Now Google knows that when I typed that in, I got the result that I was looking for and I went on my way. Now, if I hit this back button and continue searching, that's a bad signal. So this is why I try to basically sell them with the content of the website. Now, is this something that's difficult to do? Well, not really. It was a long time ago. I mean, when I finally came up with my design of my template, because I understood that I did need at least like 1,000 to 1,500 words of content, I still needed to find a way to put that into the website, but I didn't want to build big blocks of content. So this is why I designed my template. It took me years to develop it and designed it in a way where I could use it for pretty much every industry. It works extremely well for home services and things like that. But now, with the help of ChatGPT, it aids me in writing it very, very, very quickly. The problem I see with a lot of people using ChatGPT is that they're very, very, how you say, generic with the inputs they put into the ChatGPT. I mean, like, for example, this Denver asphalt paving company, if I were just go on ChatGPT and say, hey, you know what, can you help me write 1,000 words of content for asphalt paving? And that's all I asked it, it would be very confused. It would give me very, very general, very, very lame, very robotic sounding content. And you don't want that. With ChatGPT, just act like it's a human being that just walked into a room, a very, very good writer, and then tell them everything about your business. Tell them how long you've been in business, some of the beliefs that you believe, tell it the processes that you follow, the materials that you use, what you believe in are about business, of course, the typical stuff, licensed, insured, things like that, that you've been in the community, whatever. Tell as much as possible to get things loaded, get things started before you start following, for example, my template. Or if you have somebody else building out your website for you, make sure you tell them everything about your business and structure it in a way to gain the trust of your customers and human beings. Because when it's all said and done, that is exactly what Google's algorithm is actually looking for. And again, that's just one piece of the entire puzzle of getting your business found on the search results of Google, ranking your Google business profile to the top. It's all part of that process. As a matter of fact, you still need things like the actual pages that you provide, the service pages, and they're structured in a way where it's answering the questions of the customers that are actually looking for that particular service online, the actual structure of the website, adding more content, creating more backlinks. All of this stuff is a bunch of stuff that you actually need for your website. Now, if you guys need help with any of this stuff, I have created a little community where I show you guys everything that I know about this SEO stuff, getting a website, the design, getting ranked in the Google Map listings, and also organically in the search results, along with my template, my designs that kind of guide you and help you, or you use them themselves to build out your website to get it structured in a way where it's going to rank pretty good there on the search engine. And as a matter of fact, all of this SEO stuff, like I tell people all the time, good SEO does cost quite a bit of money. Again, you're going to need those pages, more additional pages, all the structure, make sure it's properly structured correctly, going out there, getting backlinks, creating citations, all that stuff. As a matter of fact, I made a video right here. You could check that out to show you exactly why good SEO costs quite a bit of money. You can check out that video right here. And that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.